Today we're going to be tying up the Aurora Cascade. So a very popular Cascade variant. So first thing I need to do is just add on our white thread, because we're going to be using a fluorescent green butt. And then as I add on the thread, I'm going to add on a tag, which is going to be just gold wire, or you could use gold oval. That's entirely up to yourself. And I just run the thread down to just before the hook points there. And at this stage I get the gold wire, and I just start to do maybe 4 or 5 turns just to help create a tag. And on the last turn, just tuck that in between the hooks. Keep it nice and neat there. Okay, then I'm just going to bring that wire forward. Okay, and then I'm going to bend it back on itself again, and this will create a rib without me having to cut and tie on again. Okay, so now we're going to put on the tail. So like a Cascade, tails are a mixture of bucktail. So this is orange and yellow. These are pre-mixed and pre-stacked. I'll put a wee link in the comments below if you want to see how I do that, just to save time. Okay, so actually before I tie this, I'm going to flatten that head a little bit because I don't want it to kick up too much. Okay, so this is, for me, this is quite a large fly. This is a size 10. It's going to take on quite a few fibres. Okay, and for length you want about twice the hook shank, so yeah, you can measure it up. You can have a wee bit more, it's entirely up to yourself, but it's what I picked myself anyway. Okay, so 1, 2, and I just use a pinch and loop for that first couple of wraps and bring that down towards the tag, applying very little pressure. Okay. And once you're happy with that there, then instead of putting too much pressure on, because it'll make the bucktail splay, I put a bit of super glue on about 2 inches of the thread, and that'll secure that in without having to really put on any pressure to splay. And then you can start to put a wee bit more pressure on as you go towards the head. Okay. For a Cascade, you can basically cut at an angle if you wanted to give you more of a tapered shape, but it's entirely up to yourself. Okay, so you can start to see that shrimp profile get nice taper towards the head. Okay, and then I'm going to have a green butt here too, so everyone knows the green butt Cascade, an extremely popular variant as well. I'm just going to use Glow Bright. This is Glow Bright number 12. And it's only single strand, so I'm going to attach it to the halfway point. And I'm going to secure that in, just to the tail, and then come back a few millimeters. And then I'm going to put that floss on together. If it starts to unravel at all, just give it a wee twist in your hands the same direction. Okay. And then I secure that in. You'll notice I've left the rib here. And the reason being that is I'm going to actually rib on top of the tag here. I've only started doing that recently, but I want to just keep the floss unvarnished to see if it makes any difference. Some people say it is, so let's see if that's true. Okay, and then for the body of this fly, it's going to be gold, so I'm using gold flat braid. So there's no black in the body of this one. Okay, and I'm going to just secure that in underneath. A couple of turns. And then you've seen me do this before maybe, but again I just use super glue for the flat braid. It'll help give a very secure hold. It also means the braid won't slip. Okay, don't worry about those wee fibres, they'll get caught later on anyway. Okay, and then we just wind our flat braid down the body. I do love the flat braid because you can have bumps and lumps and everything, and it's all hidden. It's very neat, and I feel it gives a wee bit more weight to the fly as well. Okay, so I'm making sure I leave plenty of head space there. Being a cascade, there's a few hackles on a wing. Okay, just cut off your excess. Then we'll follow that up. So I'm using the gold wire as the rib, but also over the tag as well. So about 4 or 5 turns, and then secure that in. If you're not using a tag, you don't need the rib. The braid's flat enough or strong enough. And then just unravel, or sorry, twist the wire just to come off. Okay. Okay, so happy enough with that there so far. So for the wing, it's going to be grey squirrel. As we know, most cascades now are tied to black squirrel. Okay. Just cut off a section. I'm going to just tie off, remove any of the lighter fur. Okay. I want this to go into about a quarter into the tail or so. So first turn this pinch and loop, and then a wee bit more secure. And if you're happy enough with that there, add in a bit of super glue. Squirrel doesn't compress well under the thread, so actually I'm going to use quite a bit of super glue here because I don't trust squirrel at all. Any excess just rub off. Okay, so we're going to use some mylar crinkle flash. I'm going to use the weight of the bobbin to secure that in on top of the wing. Make any adjustments if needs be. And I only have 1 or 2 strands there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend back the strands as well. So that means instead of having 2 strands, then I have 4 strands. Okay, so I'm going to start neatening it up here now. So that super glue will be well dried. Okay. A wee bit of flex, maybe a wee bit long for my liking. Okay. Then a couple of hackles. So the first one being yellow. Okay. And I'm having them about the same length. Normally I would use the top hackle a wee bit smaller, but these hackles I've taken out. I want them about the same size. More of the traditional look for the Cascade. Always wax my thread. And then I'm going to tie in where I broke the hackle there. Draw back the fibres and tie in over. And then just start trailing those fibres. Okay. And after every turn you wanted, you could sweep the hackle. That's 2. 3. I think 3 will be enough actually for that. Bearing in mind there's another hackle to come. Okay, a couple of more turns to secure it in. Then anything going forward, just put a wrap of thread over that to send it back again. And then hot orange is the next colour. Okay, so I've broke off the tip and exposed the view. And then I'm going to tie in at that break. And then tie over them. And as before, just train those fibres. If you're using hen, obviously you don't need to, but for these cock hackles, it really helps, makes it easier for winding the hackle. I'll bring that thread a wee bit further back. Okay, so I'm only going to do 2 turns of this. I think there's enough yellow in there. And I want it to be slightly a bit more yellow anyway, as this is going to be for the spring. Okay, a couple of turns to secure it in. And again, anything going forward, just bring that back. Okay, so at this stage I'm just going to do a wee quick book finish by hand, just to while I change my thread. I want to put on some jungle cock as well. Okay, so just using UTC Fire Orange this time. Just for a change, I'm going to try it out instead of using the Glow Bright floss. I used to use this a good time ago. Okay, so I'm just adding that on as normal. And then cut off my excess. So I've got two jungle cock eyes. So unlike the Cascade, nobody, very rarely anyway, uses jungle cock eyes in the Cascade. But I think it does look it well. Probably unnecessary. But it gives that little touch. And if it improves your confidence, then it's definitely worth it over anything. Okay, just gonna check. Okay, happy enough with that, the way that's sitting. So again, I'm just going to use a bit of super glue on some of this thread. Less chance of the jungle cock slipping off then. Okay. Let's trim off the excess. And now we can just build up the head. This UTC lays very flat, so it would take a few wraps to build it up. Has an advantage as well. Okay. And then just a whip finish to finish the fly. And that's your Aurora Cascade, folks. Hopefully you found that useful. As always, if you did, let us know below. Let us know if you're faced it as well. And do check out the other videos coming on screen now. Until next time, all the best. Thank you.